Hello everyone, my name is Damru Kunjam. So in this video I am going to show my content page and explain how I styled it using CSS. So first this is my HTML only on version. It has my email, phone number, address, and I added the colors navigation button. Sorry, uh, and also I add social media link without CSS. It looks very simple. So now we go in styled version. This is a styled version where I use CSS. So I added the colors, navigation button, separate content boxes and spacing, and a footer. This one. So first, uh, in of in this page of code, this is code of HTML for contact page. This is CSS code for contact page. First of all, I used universal selector. I set margin where I set margin and padding to 0 and used box sizing border box to control the spacing and size. And next is in next body, I styled the body with a light blue background color. I also used flex box with column direction, and in main for the main section I used flex one. This helped the content take the available space and keep the footer at the bottom. And in adding first in main heading, for the main heading I used a black background and white text and a mono space font and a 40 pixel font size, and I also used flex box to center. And next is navigation part. Navigation part, for the navigation bar I used flex box to keep the links in one row, and I centered them and added a 20 pixel gap in each other. For the links I used black background color and white text, padding, fixed width, and on rounded corners. This makes them look like a button. And in navigation used over. I add over. When I move the mouse over a link, the color change. The links become slightly bigger and shadow appears. And in introduction box, I for the introduction box I used fixed width and height, auto margin, border, rounded corners, and padding, and background colors and box shadow. Here the introduction is inside a clean box and is easy to read. And email section, for the email section I use fixed width, auto margin, padding, rounded corners, and a light blue background. This keeps the email information in a clean box. And next is font section. I used in font section I used the same style for the font section. This keeps the content section consistent consistently. And next, address section. I also used the same design for the address section. This keeps the page simple and organized here. And last is social links section. In this section, for this social link section, I used the same width, padding, margin, rounded corners, and background color. It contains my social links, and using the same styles keep the whole page and consistent. Here all the social links are grounded together in one clean section. And and lists, for the list I added some left padding. This gives space to list item and makes them easy to read. And last, footer section. Finally, I styled the footer with a black background with and white text and centered text and padding. This matches the header and navigation. And last, I use media query. Finally, I added media query for screen smaller than 800 pixel. The navigations change from a row to a column, so the page works better on a smaller screen. As I make the screen smaller, the navigations links move into a column. So this is my final content at contact page. So there where I use CSS for the header, navigation, introduction, contact section, and footer. Also used rounded corners, spacing, padding, and our effects. So this is styled make my contact page clean, organized, and easy to read. So thank you so much.